Welcome to Dorking Out. My name is Sonia Mansfield, and I like to watch. Joining me is my podcasting sister from another mister and the co-host of Dorking Out, Margo D. Hello, my friend.
Hello, and you also like Pavarotti, right? Pavarotti?
Can't you get tickets to Pearl Jam?
What? What?
What? And joining us is also our podcasting brother from another mother, Adam Riske from F This Movie. Hello, friend.
You two are voyeurs. You can't get enough.
It's true. We are dorking out this week about 1993's Sliver. Why did we pick this movie? I think we were just on an 80s, 90s thriller kick. And oh, I know why, because Margo read the Sharon Stone biography. That's why.
That's the initiation, yes.
Yes. So you're going to have to tell us if there's any tips in that book, anything we need to know.
I'll tell you something, when you're buying a celebrity autobiography, if they had to sign a bunch of NDS forms, don't bother with the book.
Oh, that's
she
lame.
The only thing she says about this movie is she was unsure about the script. Yeah. She didn't find Billy Baldwin fuckable.
Mm.
Wow.
And that Robert Evans tried to get her to have sex with him to have more chemistry on camera.
Cool.
And he bragged about nailing Ava Gardner to a wall. So it's all sleazy here.
I would love it if Sharon Stone's like, who? And he's just old man, if you haven't seen Sliver, you're so lucky. It's written by Joe Esterhaus. It's based on the book by Ira Levin. Margo, have you read the book?
No.
You're all, no, that's fine. I'm fine.
I'm good.
It's directed by Philip Noyce, who also did Noyce. It's who also did Dead Calm, which is a legit good movie, and Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games. Those are fun movies. This one, not so much. And it stars Sharon Stone and William Baldwin, Tom Berenger. Who else? Polly Walker, Colleen Camp. She's always fun to see. Martin Landau is in there for a second.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's start with this. Did either of you see this in the movie theater?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I know I saw it in the theater too, but I'm sure, Adam, you were probably too young.
This came out right around my 11th birthday, so I had a choice for a birthday movie, and I really wanted to see Sliver, but of course my parents were like, you're 11, we're seeing Hot Shots Part 2.
I think 11-year-old boy might be the target audience for this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Sharon Stone was confusing to 10-year-old Adam. So
So, Margo, when you saw it in the theater, did you like it?
No, the audience hated it. And it was funny because there was a turn around the second or third humping sequence where people just were going, oh, come on, because that's all this movie is. And I think, I liked sexy thrillers. I still do. And that's what I was hoping to get. I just the script is so bad.
So bad.
So painful. And I wanted, it's Sharon Stone at her most Sharon Stoniest. I mean, she's beautiful.
Yes.
Everything looks great on her. She looks like she's smart. But this movie's a stinker.
It's such a stinker.
Yeah, this is her big kind of star flex moments, because Basic Instinct, it was that was the movie that made her an overnight star. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of when somebody wins an Oscar and then does a big blockbuster to cash in. This is what that feels like.
This is her Catwoman.
This is her Catwoman. This is her whatchamacallit, whenever her Chloe Zhao moment where you make Nomadland so you can get Eternals.
Yes. I remember, I'm sorry, the last line in the movie, which we'll get to,
mm-hmm.
somebody in the audience literally just went, duh, in pure frustration.
Yeah.
And then everybody else laughed because it was really stupid.
This was one of those movies where people were kind of when I saw it in the theater, people were laughing throughout, because they were clearly disappointed, and it's just a movie that's trying to be sexy and it's not sexy. So that in itself makes it funny. And yeah, people were laughing out loud when it was supposed to be really tense or scary or or sexy, and people were just giggling. It's not good. By the way, we're going to be spoiling Sliver, and you should thank us for that because
it's on Prime, Amazon Prime.
It is. You could just watch it. It is. I mean, where do we even start with? First of all, let's start with this. Margo, have you ever been to the building?
My friends live around the corner from that building, and there's a few that look like that. I like the curvature thing, on the side. I don't know. My friends used to live around the corner from there, and so I've walked by it so many times. That's it.
Do you watch for falling bodies when you walk by it?
I'm always kind of looking for fallen bodies anyway, but no. I was looking for Tom Berenger to run out in a ski mask, scare the shit out of women as flirting.
What the fuck?
That shot reminded me of we need a trailer moment. So can you just run out in front of her and then we'll cut it quick in a montage and put it in the preview?
Yeah.
It's
he's like, I've been doing that since I was a boy. It's like, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's why you're single.
I know it's why I'm single right now.
He's such a creep in this movie, and William Baldwin is a creep too. They're both creeps.
He's a creep in mom jeans. There's William Baldwin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's a couple of scenes where he's standing around with Sharon Stone, and she's quivering over his sexiness. And he looks like, he's like, ma'am, would you like a Coke? He doesn't, it's just like a waiter at a Fuddruckers or something. No sex appeal. And he's good looking.
He is a good looking guy.
He's very handsome. I find him attractive in this movie. It's whoever wardrobed it, whoever wrote it. I mean, everything's bad. There's no lighting. There's times I can't see a fucking thing. Nobody turns on the lights. She gets a telescope and she doesn't think that's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
She's immediately like, oh, I got a present. And then she has a party, including Martin Landau, a mixed bag of people.
Yes.
And there's a couple having sex. They're all going, woo, they're going at it.
I have never been to it.
12?
I've never been to that kind of party where we get out the telescope and watch people have sex.
And everybody's on board.
Yeah, you've never been to a California Red and Carrots party?
That's going to be my next party. California Red and Carrots and a telescope. That's all you need.
Yeah, Martin Landau had to have had a bigger role, and then they just changed the script around because he's in it he would be the secret bad guy,
right?
Because it's why is a star this big in this thankless part? But he's just in a thankless part. It makes no sense.
It's just after Crimes and Misdemeanors and what's the other movie? I'm thinking Ed Wood.
Ed Wood, yeah.
Was that around this time too? He was a big star.
That was a year later. Yeah. Maybe he got Ed Wood because Tim Burton was like, I gotta get that Sliver guy, and they're just like, he's spending a ton of other stuff. And he's like, yeah, whatever, Sliver.
I couldn't get over how desperately hard this movie was trying to be sexy. And there's, a scene where she goes on a date to the gym with William Baldwin. And I was like, who doesn't want to go on a date to the gym? And he's
everywhere.
And he's just,
everywhere.
Everywhere.
There's mirrors.
I don't want to be looked at. I'm only super beautiful Sharon Stone.
I'm looking gorgeous. I can't handle it.
And he's totally groping her while she's working out. And I'm like, whatever.
Her ass.
Yeah. And it's like, you have a great butt. Blah. I'm like, oh, gross. Anyway, who doesn't want to have gross, nasty, smelly gym sex? And then, but she looks like she's terrified through the whole scene. through the whole love
being held
scene.
hostage.
Yeah, she's like sobbing and like shaking, and I'm like, that's hot. Who doesn't want a piece of that action? It's so ew.
No, thank you. Yeah, like she just seems like damaged and doesn't know like if she wants this to happen or not.
Yeah,
but just
Right.
like and then she's on board like the morning after, but you know it doesn't seem like that much fun.
No,
It seems like everyone's just pushing her to just nail somebody too.
yeah, she's got
and Colleen Camp
you're right.
is like
Obnoxious.
she's like thinks she's in His Girl Friday and nobody else is.
Yes.
Her.
She's
Yes,
obsessed
it's
with
Rosalind
Sharon.
Russell.
She's obsessed with Sharon Stone's orgasms, whether she's having them
And says it out loud
at work.
for everyone to hear at work. That's her boss, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't talk to your boss like that? I do. All the time.
Can you imagine how many Columbia House subscriptions are combined with all the characters in this movie? Probably so many.
So in case you haven't seen it, Sharon Stone is divorced, and she moves into this beautiful building it turns out the apartment was the resident before her was someone who looked just like Sharon Stone and like was pushed off the balcony, but everyone thinks she jumped. And I don't know, there's also like a weird subplot about like William Baldwin. I keep on calling him Billy Baldwin. Did he ever go by Billy Baldwin? Is that why I keep wanting to do that? William Baldwin.
So.
His character
Zeke.
Zeke.
He ever went as William Baldwin, but yeah, I don't know.
His name is Zeke.
I've heard Billy Baldwin a ton. Maybe that's just people make it.
I think it's weird his name is Zeke. It's like such a weird thriller name. I don't know. It's another thing that I was like, what? And he like his mom was a soap opera actress who also looked like Sharon Stone.
Isn't in the publicity stills that they showed, that's Sharon Stone, right? Or is it just an actress who looks like Sharon Stone? Because it looked like it was just Sharon Stone playing dress up.
I think there was an actress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I feel bad for Zeke's sex life in a way if he's just waiting for women who look like his mom to apply to live in the like he'll throw in like that one woman who is the brunette just because he's like, I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah.
Vida. She plays an editor for a book company and she gets this apartment. The first scene, she's like getting an apartment, but she's not getting a raise, which should upset her because that doesn't look like it's a cheap place to stay.
Right.
And then William Baldwin hits on her. She goes out to lunch with Martin Landau and then Tom Berenger, who plays an obnoxious character.
Oh my God, you read me. You'll read me.
You'll read me. He's like a sad sack writer, hasn't written in years. He hits on her. She goes to the grocery store and the old guy from upstairs follows her around. He hits on her. She sends out weird signals. Like she doesn't have healthy boundaries. This is not a person. She just like lets people get way too close to her and doesn't realize she could say no.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like there will be scenes like in the park when she's running where Tom Berenger is just being the worst kind of leechy guy. And then, but she's like smiling and egging him on. And it doesn't make any sense like what she's doing, but I digress.
The movie doesn't make any sense. Like Margo nails it when she says like she's afraid to say no. She has no boundaries. She just lets these guys tell her there's this whole thing about she wants to be in control, but she's not in control. She just does what everyone else tells her to do throughout the entire movie, which I think is a weird part for Sharon Stone.
Right. I want her to be stronger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not.
I was so I read a little bit about this, and like they changed the ending, especially a lot of times. But when she figures out what's going on, are we doing spoilers yet?
Yeah, just go.
Oh,
Go for it.
Yeah. Like when she figures out that Zeke, played by William Baldwin, is monitoring, he owns the building, and he's got like the Zeke cave where it's got monitors for like every servers to look at.
He needs an Alfred.
Every apartment. And she seems at first like put off by it, but then she seems interested in it, and she starts like watching them, and she's laughing, but she's crying because like a girl is getting assaulted by her stepfather and stuff like that. But and that's just like a gross thing to add for like this effect. But it would be so much more interesting if she just kind of like, it was a noirish type of twist where it's like, no, she was like all in, and then she's just as in as like he is. And I guess that maybe like moves some of the conflict, but it's such a weird, I don't know, ending. But like it could have been so much worse, because there was when I was reading on Wikipedia about it, apparently there was like an alternate ending that was shot where he says something at one point about how he wants to fly into a volcano.
I wanted everyone in this movie to fly into a volcano.
And in the original ending, he and her fly into a volcano, and then they go to credits and we don't know if they live. And I'm just like, oh, I would have loved to have seen that with an audience where they're just like, I came here to watch boning, not to see somebody commit suicide by volcano.
What's funny, because now that ending isn't in the movie, but there's still this scene where she's like, what is this? It's a volcano. I just really like volcanoes. It's like, what the fuck?
His apartment's funny to me because like it's like, you know, this really chic, like, you know, luxury type of thing. But then he'll have unframed posters of Megadeth and Nine Inch Nails.
I saw that too.
And he's just like, I just want everybody to know that I like Nine Inch Nails a lot.
Yeah.
I still like,
but not enough to frame it.
Yeah. I'm really down to earth. I own this building, but I don't frame my posters.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite like Quentin Tarantino things, where he was watching True Romance, and he's like, I love what Tony Scott did with this whole movie, but it makes me so mad that Dick Ritchie and Floyd have framed movie posters. He's like, these guys can't afford frames.
As someone who had movie posters all over her apartments in college, I agree. I also never, they're framed now, but they were never framed when I was younger. No, you tacked them up and taped them up. And
well, he's witnessing, so he's filming every single person in the building, which must be exhausting. How do you even make sense of all that? But there's two scenes. One's a girl being molested by her stepfather. Another one, a woman is being beaten the shit out of by her husband.
Yes.
And it never occurs to either one of them to call the cops.
Yeah.
Who are there all the time.
Because people keep getting murdered in the building.
Yeah. It never. And then Billy Baldwin says, I told her father, I'll kill him if he ever touches her again. Like, oh, yeah, that'll learn him.
Yeah.
You just solved the whole problem. And then he says, you and I, we should do this all over the city. And we'd stop crime. And she kind of smiles for a second. And I'm like, this is not going to work. Just call the goddamn cops.
I like how he's got all these tapes and he's just like, I don't even have time to watch them all. I'm like, you wouldn't have time to watch any of them.
Yeah.
Like, you're watching it live, first of all. So like, when are you going back to watch recordings? And then he starts talking about it like how I would talk about like taping Rapid Fire off of cable when I was 13. And he's just like, oh, I don't even know what's on this tape. And then I'm like, oh, this is the one that has Jackie Chan's first strike and me and Sharon Stone having sex. Great.
There are multiple murders in this building, and he tapes everything. And at no point does he like look for those tapes to maybe find out who's murdering residents in a building he owns.
And it's got magic zoom and clarity, like where he could zoom in on people's face in 1993, where he can like enhance in like focus so he could see that it's Tom Berenger's face and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. And then I think it's so funny that Sharon Stone, his character, has no idea how like servers or any of that stuff works. she's like, if
Give
I
me the
just
tape.
she's like, if I just shoot the monitors, then that solves everything. It's like, no, you just replace the
Yeah.
monitors.
He's like,
They don't-
no, stop.
doesn't fit in the monitor.
I have to buy new TVs.
No.
He's just like, whoa. I'm like, you own a building. You could afford 2 monitors.
Yeah.
Like, you should just be so happy that she hasn't figured out where to shoot yet.
Oh my God. This movie's so dumb and sleazy, which I should enjoy more, but I don't.
Yeah.
There's also like again, we're in spoilers, so the fact that Tom Berenger is the killer makes absolutely no sense in this movie.
Yeah.
Like he's killing people because he's impotent?
And he's jealous of like the women that Zeke is getting. That's what I took away, but I don't know.
But Sharon Stone is actually jealous of the women Zeke has been getting. And it's like, you're 35 years old. You just met this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good-looking rich guy in New York. He's going to have previous girlfriends, and if he's into taping, he's going to tape them too.
He's William Baldwin. That's his thing,
yes.
right?
He did that in
Flatliners.
Flatliners. He did the same damn thing.
No winking.
Yeah.
No winking this time, though. A little disappointed.
Yeah.
And he's in real life. He's married to one of the singers from Wilson Phillips.
That's right.
China Phillips.
Yeah. So did he ever have to be like China? I know I said the last time would be Flatliners, but there's another script where I'm showing film. And then she's just like, just don't wink at the camera this time.
Yeah.
And he's
And then he says, just hold on for one more day. And she's like, that's a good line. And she wrote it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were a hack like critic in '93 and I was gonna just seeking to get like a pull quote on the poster, I would just write like Sliver delivers.
I'd say Sharon Stone is at her Sharon Stoniest.
I would say
figure it out.
I would say moving is worse than anal intercourse.
Oh.
That's an actual line from the movie.
There are so many bad
lines. Because people talk like that.
Did somebody say that in the movie?
Yeah, Polly Walker, I think.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's like an unrated version. I think I saw just an R-rated version on Prime. Is that the one you?
Yeah, that's the one I watched too.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know.
At one point,
that line,
apparently I did. I honed right in on it and wrote it down. And right after that, Colleen Camp calls and like leaves a message, and it's like, last chance for the Pavarotti concert. Isn't Pearl Jam some sort of Oriental sex thing? Like, oh my God, this movie.
Yet? Bye.
Bye. Tell me about your orgasms and every wiggle later. Bye.
They're in different movies. They're in completely different movies.
There's no lead in his pencil.
If you catch my drift, I was using the word, intercourse and orgasms earlier, but now I can't use the word penis. So there's no lead in his pencil. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Tom Berenger, more like Tom Barron Flaccid, am I right?
So is that the problem? He's impotent and that's why he's killing women? Oh, for God's sakes.
I haven't seen it, but I think that's also his character in like Looking for Mr. Goodbar with Diane Keaton. So like,
yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like Baldwin's got the double filming. Berenger's got the double impotence.
Double impotence. That would be a great film noir. Double impotence.
Double impotence is my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It's like, in this one we play brothers, but we're both impotent. That's why we fight the bad guys.
We invent Viagra and get very rich.
I kick her in the face because she see my limp penis.
that. I'd watch that movie. I would add it to my queue on Netflix. Double impetus. I'm going to snicker about that one for a while. Double impetus.
So Barringer was killing them all?
I guess
including
so.
I think so.
Okay. So did the cops ever talk to him?
Yeah, they talked to him at one point.
CCH Pounder is always talking to Sharon Stone.
Yes.
And she's the person who knows the least of everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's a detective who will come onto the scene to talk to residents about an old man who broke his neck in the shower.
Yeah,
because that was an accident, right? That wasn't implied to be Barringer or somebody murdered him, right?
Did he see his flaccid penis?
Yeah, I actually
shower?
I felt like that was one of those things that I found confusing because there's the insinuation that maybe he just slipped and broke his neck, but then there's also the scene where he says he was friends with Naomi Singer, the woman who looked like Sharon Stone. So maybe, and Tom Berenger heard him say that, so maybe he's like, well, her pal has got to go. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think Sharon Stone actually says at one point, some about him murdering 3 people, or so maybe he's one of those people. I don't think it's made really clear.
Yeah, this movie's not it doesn't have an ironclad script.
No.
It's not airtight.
No, Joe Esterhaus kept changing it because they had to change the ending.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be Billy Baldwin, and then they changed it. And so they had to do reshoots, and then they said Tom Berenger and Polly Walker they said they were supposed to come back and do reshoots and do an S&M scene, and they were both
Why not?
no. Yeah, they're both no. I already got paid for this bullshit.
Yeah.
It's gonna stink on ice. I'm not putting another minute into it. Get somebody in costumes and do it.
Yeah.
So also I wanted to point out no one in this apartment building seems to lock their doors.
Or turn on lights.
Or turn on lights. That's a thing. I don't Yeah, and also someone got into my apartment and left a telescope. Huh.
Or somebody comes to my apartment, it's Tom Berenger. He's just putting his feet up and smoking. Hey, I don't mean to look creepy. Is this creepy or something? But I just want to talk to you. Throw his ass out.
He doesn't
get mad.
I also want to talk about the restaurant scene where
oh my god.
And there's the old couple sitting next to them, and I was like, I guess that's cool. You gave them something to talk about. They're like, I wonder what's up with that horn dog couple next to us at the restaurant.
Ugh.
This movie's so not sexy that I'd rather see the old couple fuck than Billy Baldwin.
That scene is so thirsty. It's so desperate to be sexy, and there's nothing sexy about it.
It's designed for the couples on date night and the audience to be like, can you believe they went there? And it's yes, I can. It's Sliver.
It's Sliver, right?
Yeah, it's also proto 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It felt very much like that. I'm just over that whole trope.
Yeah.
Enough already. Yeah. So good times.
Good times.
Do you like the soundtrack?
What?
Do you like the soundtrack?
I was just going to ask you what you think of the soundtrack.
The UB40 song was around forever.
Yeah.
It's such a weird song for that movie. I remember it having the music video was on MTV, and I'm like, it's just, I can't help falling in love with you is such a romantic song, and there's nothing romantic or sexy about this movie. It's a very weird
No one's falling in love.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No one's in love.
No.
It's given lip service, but I don't believe him.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He's instantly I love you. It's what?
What?
I love when they show the videos of him having sex with the other women, and then when he has sex with Naomi Singer, he's just you smell so good. You smell like roses. And I'm just like, I've never said anything like that.
He says it to all of them. He says, like, all of them is like, I love you. You smell like roses. You feel so good. He says it to Sharon Stone, too. It's like his thing. You smell like roses.
You know, it'd be so funny if he screws up and he's like, you smell like Pete Rose. I mean, no, you smell like...
Sorry, I was thinking about baseball.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I meant Axl Rose. Wait, no. The tantric music or the, you know what I'm trying to say, the goth music that they're playing.
Like Enigma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so 90s that like monks chanting with like new agey music behind it. It's so 90s.
That was a thing for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the official soundtrack for epic boning. You were like, I need my tantric monks. It's like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Go forth.
Sharon Stone's also wearing this amazing like velvet choker throughout. And I'm like, that is super 90s. And I would have wore the shit out of that necklace in the 90s. I really would have.
She looks good in the movie.
Yeah, I would have wore it with my baby doll dress and my boots. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. She looks beautiful. She looks beautiful in the movie for sure. I also wanted to, so Billy Baldwin or William Baldwin, Zeke, whatever, immediately is like, I love you. And he shows her his secret surveillance room. And I'm not sure why he would do that and what kind of reaction he thought he was going to get from someone who's basically a stranger.
Yeah, it's taking a big chance.
A big chance.
Because not only could she be, you know, I don't ever want to see you again and I'm moving out of this building, she could also be going straight to the police. So it just seems like an unforced error on his part. But
he's
you
dumb.
think at some point he'd get tired of the neighbors that are just brushing their teeth and shitting in the bathroom and just like most of us do. Like it seems like, all right, that's never gonna.
Why? Yeah. Why are all of his cameras in the bathroom?
Yeah.
There's something else going on there, I think.
Yeah.
He's taking a whiz. This is real life. Check it out. Like, do you ever wonder what he drank that makes him whiz? Like, no, I don't.
Yeah, and then they add, and then adding the stuff about the girl being touched by her stepdad. It's like at that point, like now the movie's not even fun. Now you're just being a fucking boner killer by introducing something like that. It's like an unnecessary, like real life touch or something. I don't know. It's like it's just something that takes the fun out of it. Not that this movie's that fun. This movie could have been fun.
It could have been, yeah. This movie missed an opportunity for the opposite of a boner killer moment, a boner thriller moment.
Yeah.
When they pan his apartment and they show all the video game stuff that he's got, there's a power glove. And I'm like, oh, you should have totally incorporated that in one of the love scenes. Where he's just like, I want to come at the same time as you, but I want to also land this plane on Top Gun for Nick.
I would love that movie.
And she's like, do it, Maverick.
Give me a flyby. Buzz the tower.
You like hits his head. He's like, oh no, I'm Goose.
That's a much better movie. You should rewrite this.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
you could call it Double Impotence.
I will. Yeah, and Van Damme. Who would Van Damme play in Double Impotence? Would he be Tom Berenger?
Yeah, but he lives at the end. He's got to live at the end so that there can be sequels.
Yeah, and they're twins, so two of them throw them off the balcony.
Why? So, all right, once again, like, why is Tom Berenger the killer? And why is he murdering people in the building? That's over like repeatedly, I feel like that would draw attention to you.
Yeah, after a while, it'd be the Killer Building.
Yeah.
This is New York City, the city of tabloids. Two
Yeah.
deaths there would have
Killer Building.
Yes.
Nobody suspects the guy who just runs around in a hoodie all the time.
The way he chases her in the woods with the hoodie and just goes bah, and then he and all the men are just so physically close to her all the time. They're always creeping on her, and she's constantly like giving mixed messages. It's you're allowed to kick him in the balls for doing that.
True.
All of it.
All of them. Kick him in the dick.
And that would have been a better movie. We need more of that.
Yeah.
They should have named this movie Sex in the City.
It honestly, that would have been a better ending than her like shooting all the TVs and saying "Get a life." If she just kicked him in the dick, I would like it.
I'd love that.
Yeah. Or the end of the movie is she walks into Martin Landau's office and she's like, and that is why the James Dean book is late.
They keep mentioning that stupid book throughout the whole movie.
Could you imagine that?
Like, I'm working on it.
The movie opens and closes. The movie opens and closes with Sharon Stone in his office explaining why the book is late.
Say sorry to marketing, but we had murder in my building.
This is a much better movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just her talking about her wacky weekend.
I love it so much.
That's so much better.
So good. What else?
Now I think people should see the movie. I think after her descriptions of it, I think they're going to have a much better time.
This is true.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we're priming them to enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're priming them to Amazon Prime.
You're welcome, Amazon Prime. Check, please.
You're welcome, audience.
Yeah.
It's under 2 hours too. It's not a huge waste of time, I guess.
But it feels longer.
It totally feels longer.
There's so many sex scenes, which normally I wouldn't have a problem with, but in this movie, they're so repetitive and silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not sexy.
No.
Yeah.
I read
It's
that
always crying or against a pole. Not cool.
I read that Johnny Depp and Val Kilmer turned down the role of Zeke.
I heard River Phoenix did too.
Yeah. Good choice, River Phoenix.
That makes more sense, I guess, because they keep making comments about, I know you think I'm too young for you, and it's like he's not that much younger than she is.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Johnny Depp and, I mean, maybe Val Kilmer, but Johnny Depp would have been wrong for this part. I wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
Assuming they keep Sharon Stone.
I don't know. Or it could have been like Stallone, and then they did The Specialist together too.
It's Stallone and Dolly Parton. It's a rhinestone reunion. I would watch that.
I got
one.
a lot of stuff on this tape. I don't even know.
Pavarotti. No, I don't like Pavarotti. I like Pearl Jam.
I wish Patrick Bromley was here so he could do his Mark Wahlberg impression as Zeke. That would be good.
Yeah, his Mark Wahlberg is untouched.
It is
amazing.
It made me laugh so hard. It just makes me laugh so hard. Just characters welcome, bro. I also read Kurt Russell turned down Tom Berenger's role. Good job, Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Barringer's totally the guy you hire when you can't get hurt. They're very much of the same cloth.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike Tom Berenger, but every time I saw him in this, I kept thinking that he was his character from Major League, and I'm just like, wow, Taylor's a creep.
I watched Major League. We did an episode on Major League, I think, with my previous host, and that movie didn't age well for me. But there's parts of it I super love, like basically all the Wesley Snipes stuff. But the Tom Berenger character did not age well for me because he's kind of stalking Rene Russo throughout that movie. And
he's so perfectly cast in that movie because he's basically just like a movie version of Carlton Fisk. He is so much like Carlton Fisk. Crazy.
He's an old washed up baseball player with bad knees.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen's really good in the movie.
He is. There's
Chuck Sheen should have been in Sliver.
You know what? I bet you he would have been better. Because he's sleazy as shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good call.
Did you ever see Terminal Velocity with Charlie Sheen and Nastasia Kinski?
Mm-mm.
I think I have.
So they have the climax of the movie, and then the final scene is a medal ceremony in Russia, and it's like Star Wars: A New Hope, and Charlie Sheen gets a medal from like the Russian premiere, and it's the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. It would be funny. It would be so funny if he was in Sliver and he's just like, "Hey, Carly, you're on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen."
You are winning.
Winning.
Do you want to hear about some other movies that were released in May 1993?
Yeah.
Okay. The first one is Dave.
Good movie.
We love Dave. That's a good movie. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
I like that movie.
I love it. It's not great, but I still love it. Yeah.
Much Ado About Nothing.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it.
I love Much Ado About Nothing. The Kenneth Branagh, Emma Thompson, Denzel Washington, Keanu Reeves. Yeah. I love that movie. It's such a comfort movie to me. I should rewatch it. I love it. My Friend Totoro, which it's a Miyazaki movie, animated.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's very cute. A movie called Daybreak.
I don't remember that.
Who's in it?
I don't know. Let's look it up. I'm looking it up. Daybreak. Come here.
I know the song by Barry Manilow.
It's showing me all kinds of other things other than that movie. So, damn it.
Is it a Barry Manilow movie?
I wish.
Oh,
look, here we go. Moira Kelly, Cuba Gooding Jr., Martha Plimpton, Omar Epps.
Holy shit.
I don't know shit about this movie.
Do I need to see Daybreak?
I'm like, maybe. It's got Martha Plimpton in it. I'm like, maybe.
It's like directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Let's see who directed it.
Where come from? I think you conjured this movie. I don't think it existed.
Stephen Tolkien?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know it. Lost in Yonkers.
I remember that. I've never seen it.
I think
it's a Neil Simon movie.
Yeah.
I know.
Adam already mentioned Hot Shots Part 2.
Loved it when I saw it in the theater.
Yeah. The line in Hot Shots Part 2 where Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen cross each other on the river and they both yell, "I loved you" on Wall Street at each other is one of the funniest things.
Posse came out in May 1993.
Who's in that?
Let's look it up.
That's Mario Van Peebles.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something that used to be on like MGM HD every day, and I always meant to watch it, and I never did.
It's got Billy Zane. It's got Stephen Baldwin.
Another Baldwin.
Haley's dad.
Oh my gosh, it's getting better. Look at it. Tone Loc. Big Daddy Kane.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Shit, I need to watch Posse. All right, that's going on the list. Menace to Society. I remember.
The movie's sad.
It is sad. Cliffhanger.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Amazing.
That's a good one. Like Water for Chocolate.
Great movie.
Never saw it.
It's a good one.
I know of it though. Yeah.
Made in America.
Yeesh.
Was that with Ali Sheedy?
No, that's the one.
That was Made in Order. It was Goldberg and Danson.
Yeah, when they were like together.
Oh God! And then they did that blackface thing.
Yeah.
For the Friars Club.
Yeah.
It broke up their relationship.
Not good.
Yeah. No.
And then the last one is Super Mario Brothers.
That's not a good movie,
No.
but I like watching it like every 5 years. It's weird.
Why? What is it about it that you like?
I just like failures sometimes, and I just want to revisit them. That's why I'm so friends with like some people from junior high that never amounted to anything. I'm just like, what are you doing?
I like Bob Hoskins so much.
Yeah.
But not this movie.
It's such it's an interesting bad movie because it's basically like they're trying to do Blade Runner, but also mix Super Mario Brothers into it, and it makes very little sense.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's just an interesting bad movie.
The Ambitious Failure.
It is The Ambitious Failure, but that's TM Patrick Bromley, so I have to say it's an interesting bad movie.
We will send him, I'll Venmo him some money for using it.
Okay.
Do you want to hear some of the top songs of 93?
You know I do.
Yeah.
All right. Mariah Carey, Dream Lover, which I love.
I still love that song.
Awesome song. Dr. Dre, Nothing But a G Thing.
Such a good song.
Fucking classic. Janet Jackson, If.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Soul Asylum, Runaway Train. I still really like that song. I sing along to it.
This is when the singer was dating Winona Ryder, right?
Yeah, and they featured Runaways in the clip, and they actually found a couple of them. Yeah.
This is gonna sound bad because I know like it was for a good cause, but I like that song a lot more if I don't have to watch the Runaways.
Yeah.
That's a little too on the nose. Duran Duran, Ordinary World, which is a fucking phenomenal song.
It's so good.
Really...
And then this is one of those songs, people love it or hate it. Four Non-Blondes, What's Up?
I hate it.
What's going on?
I love that song.
I hate it so much. It is one of my most hated songs.
Seriously?
I hate it.
I don't mind it at all. It doesn't bug me at all, but I know I would play it in my classes and like half the room would be in revolt.
Yeah.
Because they just were like, not this fucking song again. It's been 10 years. No.
There's something about that song that just rubs me the wrong way. When I hear it on the radio, I can't change it fast enough. I hate it.
I'm with you. That's fine. That's fine.
They had that featured on MTV like 20 years ago, did this special called like Awesomely Bad Videos, and they got like Janine Garofalo and Dennis Leary and like a few other people mostly known for comedy, and like Vanilla Ice was on there. And like they were just making fun of videos. And I remember for What's Up, Dennis Leary was just like, he's like, this isn't a real song, right? This is just you like recorded this that's like a woman underneath a tunnel just yelling, right?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
no, you think it's annoying.
Yeah. What is your most hated song? Both of you.
Oh, wow.
I
have one that makes people very angry.
Oh, tell me. Now I can't wait to hear.
Purple Rain.
What?
Fucking hate
What?
It. I fucking hate it. I can't.
Well,
everything.
We've had a good run here, everybody. This is the last episode ever of Dorking. No.
I'm not a fan of a dirge. That's usually sort of, you're going to lose me with that, but I always found it cheesy and dumb, and I'm sorry. And I love Prince.
Crazy.
I know. It
and you
pisses
love
people
Prince.
off.
Yeah.
I love Prince, but that song really just, no, it's a big no for me.
Wow.
That is fascinating to me.
I told you. It will anger you.
All right. I got one that's going to anger maybe Margo more than Sonia.
Okay.
All right. And I promise this isn't like a punitive pick because you chose. But My least favorite song is Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys.
Oh, that hurts, but okay.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Because I'm just like, get over yourself. I know you're a city.
Get over
You're jealous.
Really, I'm not.
Wait till I take you to Coney Island.
And it's like, leave your ass there.
leave you at Nathan's.
She's gonna
find
leave.
your way home.
Is Nathan's bad? Because like that's where I wanted to get a Nathan's hot dog. Is that like in the dirgy part?
No, it's right by the boardwalk. Well, it's all dirgy. It's like what's least dirgy. By the ocean is the least dirgy. They're fine. I wish they were bigger hot dogs. I like a big hot dog myself.
Hey-o.
But hey-o.
Don't date Tom Berenger. He doesn't have a big hot dog, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
He needs
There's not a lot of ink in his bick, if you know what I mean.
It's more like a cocktail weenie, if you get my drift.
There's not a lot of reams of paper in that case, if you know what I mean. There's not a lot of pages in his James Dean book.
Laugh about the double impotence all day. No one's gonna, and I'm gonna try to explain it to people, and they're gonna be like, "What?" And then they'll hear the episode and they'll get it.
I see the numbers spiking for Sliver after this episode.
Yeah,
because they have to. Yeah.
Hashtag double impotence. We're going to be trending. Adam, where can people find you on the internet besides the hashtag double impotence?
Just there. That's it. No, I'm the webmaster for the Richard Gere fan page. I write and do podcasts occasionally at fthismovie.com. That's the letter F, thismovie.com. And I'm on Twitter at Risky Adam.
And Adam is one of my favorite movie writers, so you should definitely go read him. He's always doing such good stuff.
Right.
For sure.
It is true. I only speak the truth. Margo, where can people find you on the internet?
On social media, you can find me at Brooklyn Fit Chick for Twitter and Instagram. And my blog is brooklynfitchick.com.
And if you like the
bless
sound,
you.
Yeah, bless you. And if you like the sound of our voices, and you obviously do because you made it this far in the episode, we also co-host a podcast called What a Creep, where we talk about creeps every week and end the episode with someone who's not a creep. We have a Facebook group if you want to join, and sometimes people go in there and they talk about dorking out as well. So dorks welcome. You can find me at thesoniashow.com and The Sonia Show on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, where I'm there to ruin it for the kids. And you can find Dorking Out at dorkingoutshow.com and Dorking Out Show on Twitter, not Instagram very often. Sorry, everybody. This was super fun. I'm really, really glad that we talked about Sliver. This made my day.
That and a vaccination this week. Jesus.
I know.
Yeah.
Win.
Did you get vaccinated because you watched Sliver?
You have to. You have to. I also had to take penicillin. You have to take penicillin when you watch Sliver.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Hashtag double impotence.
Mm-hmm.